Hey, what's up guys? Okay, today I want to show you the cream of the crop on my HK guns. This is the HK USP Expert, my pride and joy. It just dawned on me I've never given y'all a unboxing look at this beauty. So today, let's take a up close look at how gorgeous this USP really is. What I want to tell y'all today is that I have had this pistol for a little while. Now, of course, you get the gun, but in the back right here, you'll have the owner's manual, a black lock that says HK on it. Okay, you'll get some of the green rubber O-rings that go at the end of the barrel. These are some replaceables in case the one that's on there ever goes down. So these two right here are actually GG&G rail adapters in case you want to put a flashlight on the gun. You can add this rail to the end and it no longer becomes a proprietary rail. You can put your Picatinny 1913 things on this and they will fit. I don't have no flashlight, so I ended up taking them off the gun for the time being. Now, if we take an up close look at the owner's manual, you can tell, just like with my P2000s, that it's got a real vintage look to it. I'm pretty sure they do this with all of them. They're brand new, it's just they give it that old school kind of look. So anything you want to know about the gun, it's listed in this book. And you got the USP Tactical, the standard USP, and then that's the compact, which unfortunately does not feel good in my hands. Looks like I'll be sticking with the P2000 for the rest of my life. Okay, so that's basically everything that came in the box. Now let's take an up close look at the gun itself. Okay, here she is right here, the USP Expert. And mine is in 9mm. Of course, they also come in 45 ACP. You know it's a USP Expert because the Experts have an extended barrel. And real quick, let's go through the stats of the gun. Oh, well, hang on. Okay, everybody feel safe? We got an overall length of 8.8 inches. So from here to there is 8.8 inches. We got a height of 5.7 inches. Now it's going to be a little bit longer on this particular model because I have the jet funnel installed. We will talk more about that in a moment. The barrel length on these is 5.1 inches long. The width is 1.5 from its widest points, which is probably going to be your safety decock levers, which are right there. And they're on both sides, ambi. It has an unloaded weight of 30 or 32 ounces. Websites can't seem to agree on the weight of this. That's basically all the dimensions. Now let's start talking about the features of the Expert model. First of all, it comes with a match grade trigger. We'll talk more about that in the moment, but it has a safety decocker, which acts as, like the name implies, a decocker and a safety. So if you want to run this thing cocked and locked, you absolutely can. 1911 style. Okay, also it has the standard European paddle style mag release. Now, as you can see up close, this isn't the original USP paddle mag release. I've installed the HK45C paddle mag release because it's bigger and it's easier to actuate. That's one upgrade that you can give your USP and you'll appreciate it a lot, as I have. And it's on both sides, of course. Now my preferred way to run it, even though I could hit it with my thumb, I usually do it with my index finger. So I'll shoot, come off, manipulate my hand just like this, hit it, and the mag slides out. Another feature of the USP. Magazines fly out the gun when you hit the button, and they still do that even if the magazine is loaded. That's a really nice feature. Look, I'm holding it sideways right now and watch. Boom. It comes all the way out. I'm perfectly sideways right now, and it still wants to fly out. Really underappreciated feature, but I appreciate it. The USPs all come with a proprietary railing system that only fits HK lights and lasers and grenade launchers. But like I showed you earlier, you can get that little $30 GG&G adapter and you can run some updated lights and lasers. Now on the front right here, when I opened the package earlier and talked about those O-rings, that's what I'm talking about. The USPs come with a cold hammer forged barrel, and the Expert models have a little lockup right at the end right there, and those little green rubber O-rings go on the end of it. And so when it goes back into the gun, y'all relax, it wants to give it a nice centered lockup so it maintains, you know, about as good of accuracy as you can get out of a Browning tilt action gun. For our sights, I have swapped out the original sights. The original sights were target sights, which means it came with an adjustable rear blacked out serrated rear sight, and you could adjust elevation up and down, but up front it came with a all blacked out target sight. Didn't really care for either one, and for some reason those target sights are kind of brittle. Can't believe I said that in the same sentence as an HK USP gun, but apparently it's true. So what I did was I updated the rear with a True Dot Mepro light. And these are night sights as well as having the 2 white dots on the end. And you can adjust it for elevation up and down. For the front, I've opted to get a really thin Dawson Precision green fiber optic. Camera's not going to do it justice right now because my aperture is a little too low, but to me, this is a target gun, and having a really small up front sight is ideal. Now ask me if that little fiber optic has popped out before. Yes, it has. Now as you can see, the USPs do come with a moderately good textured grip, but I feel like with my girly hands, it could use a little help. So I have some Talons. It's not the rubber and it's not the sandpaper. It's a blend. I think it works like really good. We also have an oversized slide stop slide release. And this is one of the USP's shining features that I like the most, okay? It's not ambi. I don't care about ambi slide stop releases. I'm not left-handed, so, you know, I'm not going to care too much about that. But the reason I like it is just because it's big. And it's up far enough front ways that it doesn't inhibit, you know, my thumb's forward grip. And anytime I need to get to it, I can really easily. We also have a little grip texture up here, up front, underneath the trigger guard for those people that like to ride and shoot with one finger up front. Now, I'll be honest, I used to be one of these people. And I can tell you right now, if you hook a finger around the front right there, you're controlling the recoil more. At least I am. I've tested this theory out before. But the reason I stopped doing it is because I'm slower when it comes to if I got to do a magazine reload and put the mag back in there and then go back to presenting the gun real quickly. It takes me an extra second to hook my finger around the front right there. And I just found that I'm faster with doing it the normal traditional way. So I opted to stop that little recoil management with my first finger for a little bit faster target acquisition. A running theme is you see amateurs do that a lot, but you know, once you become a little bit proficient with a gun, most people stop doing that. But funny enough, when you get back into real high-end competition shooters, you see them putting their finger back right there. I'll give you a great example. Jerry Michalik actually does that. So, you know, you can't tell me something is too amateur if Jerry Michalik is doing it himself. I have installed the jet funnel, okay? With the jet funnel, traditionally the USP comes with a 15 round magazine. But when you install the jet funnel, the 15 round magazines do not work anymore in this gun. So you have to order the jet funnel 18 round magazines. And that's exactly what these are. They have black ones, but when I first got my standard USP right there on the table, it was used, but it came with the jet funnel installed and had these translucent magazines. And this was something that the police force used, I'm told. When I went on the website to order more magazines, I just went ahead and stuck with the white magazines. Thought they looked funky at first, but they've kind of grown on me. And you don't even need the 1 to 18 holes to see if you have rounds in the magazine. You can just, you know, look at it and tell. They've kind of grown on me. Now ask me how much these suckers are. Way too much. So slide serrations are on the rear right here. They are not that great. they're not that great at all. I'll be honest with you. They're very like minimal and they do not bite your thumb. Luckily enough, the USP slide itself is so huge, you don't really need good slide serrations with the huge slide. I can pull this thing back really easily no matter which way I grab it. Now, the USP Experts come with a specialized recoil reduction spring. Okay, so the spring is a little bit different in the Expert models as it is in the standard models. And honestly, it makes the slide manipulation a lot easier. It's a big gun, but that slide goes back real easily. You don't necessarily have to have a vice grip on the gun to charge it. The Experts come with a match grade trigger, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little set screw right there behind the trigger. You can fish that set screw out a little further. That way, when you go to pull the trigger, you don't have to, it'll hit the wall and you won't have to go back with the trigger as much. You know, I've never adjusted it myself because, you know, I don't really feel the need to. It's fine where it's at. But if you wanted to, you know, make some micro adjustments to have it go forward a little bit more and break a little bit more to the forward position, you can do that. Let's take a look at it real quick. Let's do the double action first. A little take up, starts pulling, and it goes through. And I'm going to be honest with you, even though the Expert is supposed to come with an improved trigger, maybe it's because I haven't put a whole lot of rounds through this gun, but the double action doesn't feel that great. In fact, I actually feel a little bit of stacking going on when I run through it. If I was to pick up, well, let me just show you real quick. Okay, now I bought this model used. This is a standard USP, okay? But now let's look at the double action. Wow, see, this double action, first of all, it feels shorter for some reason. And it's possibly like half a pound heavier, but it's just smoother. Yeah, it's just smooth. That's a real smooth trigger. Now, I've been told by a couple people this is a special USP standard model. It came with this rear sight right here, this blacked out rear sight. And this is another Dawson Precision that I installed, but the fiber optic fell out on this one, so I just haven't replaced it. But I have been told before this is a special USP. I just don't know which one it is. But I like this one a lot. In fact, the standard USP, you know, balances a little bit better. But let's get back to the Expert. Let's go into the single action. Now, the single action is where the USP Expert shines. Okay, so we got a little take up. And then we're almost all the way back to the wall right now. But I'm going to pull. Ooh, yeah. I didn't travel far for that break. It was very minimal. I'm going to say it does hit a wall. It's just a very, very light wall. Okay, now here's the reset. Okay, it's about right there. And then we're going to take up again and break. It's a good single action trigger. Yeah, the double action honestly does not match the level of the single action because the single action is so much better on it. HK has some kind of finish that's a hostile finish or something like that. I'm not sure the true name of it, but I'll tell you right now, this is the gun that started to turn me away from polymer holsters, because I have a video, which I'm going to link at the end of this video, of me shooting this gun, and I practiced a whole lot of drawing this gun in and out of the holster that I had at the time for it. It was like a universal holster. It was meant to fit a bunch of guns, but it was all polymer. And after drawing the gun in and out multiple times in one day, it caused this little scuff. You see that? Now, I can't tell y'all, that pissed me off something awful when I seen that. I don't mind a gun to have a little wear and tear on it, but isn't this the most ugliest wear and tear spot that you've ever seen? It had to like rub against that one little spot, and it made it look kind of ugly to me. And that's that turned my nose. That day on, my nose was turned up on all polymer holsters, okay? Now, the polymer holsters that have the felt on the inside, like I have a Safariland really good holster that has like some felt material on the inside, those are great. That works great. But the ones that are all plastic and, you know, they rub against the rails of a gun instead of just like grabbing it right there at the trigger, they are the worst. And even though HK prides itself on that hostile finish, it wore off in a day. Again, I don't know if it was just the holster that was extra horrible and that's why it did that, or, you know, the finish on the USPs isn't just all that it's talked up. But I will tell you, I have a 23-year-old HK P2000, and the finish on it has held up pretty good. A little engravings here that say HK, and USP Expert is there. We got a BK, we got the German antler, I believe, and DE is the serial date on it. I can't remember what DE stands for, but that is, you just look up the HK serial number lookup, and DE will mean a certain year, and that's what year the pistol was. For the safety decocker, obviously, when you have it back, up is safe, down is fire, and if you go all the way down, it decocks, and it pops back up. So you're ready to go with that double action. Now, the USP has a kind of a square, blocky grip on it. And for my long, large, skinny hands, it fits pretty good. Like my hand wraps around it in a really good position. And it's really comfortable. The webbing of my hand that, you know, I talk a lot of stuff about, this part of the hand is very important when it interfaces with the beaver tail of the gun. And if it doesn't interface with that part of the gun really well, you're not going to have very good recoil control. But with the USPs, with the HKP 2000, the HKP 30, I have very, very good recoil management on all these guns because they all fit the webbing part of my hand right here. Lock it in, go to town. One of the first things we all think of with this gun, I just have to mention it. Hey, homie, is that my briefcase? Oh, man, you better pray to God it's not my briefcase. If you want to see some shots taken with this beauty, I suggest you click on this video right here.